question I'll ask you is, when's the last time you reviewed your life insurance plans? And what does it mean to your family? Because that's the real question. And I will say that from my experience over the last 10 years at least, I believe that life insurance is the most critical component to any family's financial plans. And again, you don't have to take my word for it. How many funerals have you gone to where you hear in the background someone saying, did he or she have any life insurance? And they're not asking from the standpoint of how much money is there, from a greedy kind of standpoint. It's not about the dollars. It's about how does the family continue going forward, right? They were working and living a life that they were working for and building dreams. Can they stay in the home? Do their kids stay going to the same schools? Is it easy to put food on the table, right? It's not really about the dollars, it's can they manage life going forward? And so I believe that your personal value can't be replaced, but if we can help secure your economic value or human life value, you're gonna have a lot more peace in your life. So let's look at a hypothetical of how life insurance plays out. Let's say someone has $1 million of benefit. Okay, now someone's sitting here saying $1 million, that sounds like a lot. Someone here is saying $1 million, that sounds like nothing. Stay with me on concept, please. When someone leaves $1 million to their spouse in this case, what do? The surviving spouse is going to call somebody in the financial industry and say, I got money, how do I make this last? And the advisor, through some conversation, will probably say, well, let's put this into some kind of conservative investment so that we minimize risk, but the first goal at least, is to replace the person's income that's not going to be there anymore going forward, right? And so if we can, again, play with concept, say, we'll get 4% on the money, off $1 million. Nobody throw papers at my back. That kicks off $40,000, right? And so, for the person who makes 40 grand, maybe 50 grand, this scenario works, right? They've actually been able to replace, this is like an ideal plan for them. They've been able to replace the income that was lost. Okay? Again, I'm sure someone's saying 4%, that sounds kind of low. My advisor gets me 6, 8, whatever percentage you want. You can use whatever percentage you want. But if we can't predict the weather tomorrow, I don't think we're going to be able to predict your interest rate by the time you pass away or I pass away. Right? So stay with me on this concept. You can say, oh, I'll get 6%. Okay, now we're replacing $60,000 of income. For the person who was making 40, hey, they got some gravy. For the person who was making 100 or more, there's a chasm to fill. Right? And Mom always said, look both ways, right? So if we're gonna look up to 6%, we might as well look the other way. What if you only got 2%? Now we might have a bigger hole to fill, and that might be a big problem. Right? And so the question I'll ask you is, when's the last time you reviewed your insurance? And what does it mean to your family? I always recommend, for a family at least, you secure your human life value as early as possible. Because the reality is, we do get sick, and sometimes you do have to go through an approval process to get insurance, and sometimes your health conditions will prevent you from even being able to get an offer from an insurance company. So the earlier you do it, the easier it is, and the younger you do it, the less funding is required. So I'll leave you with the question, how much of your income would you like to be able to secure and replace for your family? Thank you.
Excellent.